This is Mark Woodard, Deputy Chief with the Oklahoma City Fire Department, and we're here this week at Pierce Manufacturing in Appleton, Wisconsin. We're doing a final inspection on 3 sky booms that we've ordered, and they had them all ready for us. And as we got here Tuesday or Monday afternoon, we came here, and 2 of the rigs were sitting in the shop here on what they call the blue floor waiting on us, and they were very detailed, very cleaned up, and ready to go. As you can see behind me here, this is one of our, it's a 55-foot teleboom. We call it a teleboom. Pierce calls it a sky boom. We have probably about 8 of these rigs in our city fire department right now, and we have them strategically placed in areas of town where we think they're going to be more useful for our crews to attack fires with. Some of the things that they've done here, we've got the Impel cab, which we really like. It's a little bit bigger cab, kind of what we think is the Cadillac of the cabs. I know that Pierce makes a bigger one called the Quantum, but we really enjoy the Impel cab. We just recently took another delivery on a rescue ladder about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we also went the Impel cab on it. We worked with Sean in the graphics department. As you can see here, the graphics, this is our new, kind of new for us. We kind of brought us up, our department up to the 21st century and got new graphics, a new design, and our personnel really like that. They love the new graphics, and we were still able to keep our city seal in there and then still have our new graphics here. Also along those same lines, we have our logo that's on the back of the rig that our fire chief, Keith Bryant, logo that he's made up, so we were still able to keep that. We love the Pierce engines. One of the things that really sold us on them was the TAC4, the independent front suspension. Most of our guys that come up here and drive these rigs can really tell the difference once they get behind them. It's more like driving a personal vehicle. Some of the things that we've done a little bit different in the last couple years is we've went to the rubber fenderettes. It's just a lot easier if the guys scrape them or accidentally rub up against something. Sometimes we're in tight places. We can replace these at a very minimal cost, but they still look good. Because to us, it's a nice, pretty rig, but it is a work truck for us. So, but anyway, that's some of the things we've changed. We love this concept of the 2 steps here getting into the door. Just has a little bit lower accessibility, but it has also 2 steps, a little bit easier to get up in the cab with. So that's something that Pierce showed us when we got up here that we really liked, and we asked and we spec'd our rig out for that. So, some of the other things we have inside the back. In the back here we have 2 EMS compartments that we have built in. We also have the forward-facing seats, which was very important to our personnel. They wanted the forward-facing seats, so we were able to get that incorporated in the rig. And like I said, Pierce, the people here just worked with us in a great way to get everything we needed. I mean, it might be a little thing, but just like this strap right here, it just helps this person in the back get up in the rig. They had a lot of ideas and a lot of solutions to some of the problems we had, and then seeing some of the other apparatus that they build so many of, we were able to incorporate all the things that we wanted to personalize this rig and customize the rig for us. Some of the other features we have on this rig that I kind of missed, we do have the camera system in the front that our driver can sit right to the right side. You can see the camera up here on the cab. We have that on both sides and then the rear, and that's really nice. We just did a road test on one of our other 3 pumpers up here, and we were able to see that, and guys are seeing that and really liking that. We have our custom pump panel here. We've designed this and with the assistance of Pierce and Hale Pumps, and we've been very pleased with it. This is our teleboom, so we tried to narrow our pump panel down to make it flow good, but yet be narrow where our guys can like it, and where everything they need is to their liking. Some of the other things that we've done in our compartments, this compartment here, due to our ladders, we had to shrink this compartment a little bit or kind of narrow this to this side, but we're still able, Pierce had the idea of putting the pegboard up there so we could mount our tools and equipment. So like I said, Pierce and Conrad Fire Equipment, our dealer, has done a tremendous job of trying to address every need and every want that we needed and try to incorporate it in our rigs. So we feel very fortunate to work with them. We also, on this here, something that we've done a little bit different. We used to have these as stainless steel. This is just personal preference, but we've painted these. These are our SCBA areas that we've painted, and it just kind of, to us, it just kind of blends a little bit better, and we like the look of it a little bit more. Also, we've got the Pegboard tool boards in here, and we really like this concept, and we've seen these built, and we can mount tools back behind it, on behind this, and in front. So gives you a lot of storage space, a lot of flexibility as mounting your tools and equipment in the compartment. So we went with the AM roll-up doors, and this might seem like a little deal, but when you're a firefighter and you've got gloves on and it's cold and you don't want to take them off, you can still come over here with the gloved hand, get your gloved hand underneath the AM doors and pull it up, and it just makes for a nice transaction. It's tight. It's a nice tight door. There's some other models out there that you really get a lot of play and a lot of loose feel in, but we feel like the AM door roll-up doors that we've spec'd is the top quality doors. Something that just little things that I think Pierce does that really stand out to me is just like this fenderette deal. I've seen these by other manufacturers, but they've come in here and put this chrome band around the front and the back wheels, and it just gives a place to secure it to, and a nice archway. It might sound like a little deal, but it makes a difference when you're really looking over a rig closely and speccing it out like we do. Again, we've got plenty of compartment space in this rig. We were concerned with that, with this being a teleboom, actually an elevated waterway. We were trying to get as much compartment space as we could, and we were kind of worried about it. But when we got up here yesterday and started looking at them, you'll see on the other side, the reason this side's a little bit shallow is because our ladder channel is here for our ground ladders and stuff, but the other side you got full depth. So we were really pleasantly surprised with the amount of compartment space that we had. The back of our rig, this is a design that our fire chief likes, and he has signed off on it, and our folks have really appreciated this. It just stands for the United States of America and the freedom that we have and enjoy, but we've got the flag emblem on here, and you know, when I talk about detail, just little things like this, I mean, you can see where the stars even come up, and they even put it on the chrome piece, you know, and again, it might sound like a little thing, but it's just the attention to detail that we feel like Pierce does, and the quality that they give us on our rigs is what separates them from the rest. Every employee that we've talked to here takes an enormous amount of pride in their job and effort, and they'll show us why and how they're doing something, and they just take a lot of pride in demonstrating that, and I think it shows up in the final product. This teleboom model, it's a rear-mounted teleboom. Our folks will use this on apartment fires. Sometimes we have trouble getting some of our big rescue ladders in there, so we've got an elevated master stream that we can get into operation within a couple minutes from the time we set the pump panel or set the pump gear, and we can get it into operation and get a master stream device going real quick. Again, this is a 55-foot teleboom. They call it a sky boom, but we use it as a teleboom, is what our name for it is. You can see the rear backup camera with the directional lighting that we have on the back there. Plenty of steps, plenty of handles, just exactly where we wanted them, just like we spec'd them. And like I said, when we got here, the rigs were finished out and detailed out exactly like we wanted them to be. A lot of the apparatus that we currently have, we mount our pre-connects, our cross lays up here, and when we pull those pre-connects off, we were scraping and scratching the paint on the back of our engine. So something that we came up here and we thought of, we saw on another rig that Pierce had done, was how they'd come and wrap this stainless steel around there. So we've done this same very thing here, but like I said, it might seem like a little thing, but it sure protects, it goes a long way of protecting your rig and keeping the life of the rig, longevity of it longer, and protecting the rig more. So that's something that we've done here differently than what we have in the past. We used to do stainless steel pump panels, and we went to this black matte finish that Pierce has. I was concerned if it would fade. Well, they showed me some rigs that have not faded, and was kind of sold us on that. And then one of our neighbor in the apartments, Norman Fire Department, they've been using that for several years, and they endorsed it too. So we've been real happy with that. Again, they've made our pump panels easy to access with the fold-down compartments for our mechanics if they ever have to work on it. Everything is real handy and convenient for them. Something that was new to us when we come up here was the drain valves. It's just they're just heavy duty, but instead of twisting like we always had in years past, these just, you know, they're either close them or pull them up to open. They're just really simple, and sometimes the KISS syndrome, keeping it simple, is the better for the firefighters. So that's worked out really well. They've done a great job of putting our hose netting on here. They're going to add a loop here for us so we can just pull that loop with the glove hand, and that way our guys have access to our pre-connects with firefighting gear on. They can get it done and get the hose out quickly. So just some things that they've done with us and worked with us on that we feel very privileged to have this piece of equipment. Most cabs don't have a whole lot of room in them. This one is very big and roomy, and I've sit in there and I'm a bigger person, so you've got plenty of room in this Impel cab. But another feature that they worked with us on was the mounting bracket for our MDC. We've mounted this in here to lower the MDC where it gives a little bit more leg room for the officer, and then it gives more clearance for the driver to see the mirror and see the roadway and keep it clear. And that's just something that we felt very important, and we started lowering these compartments to do that, and it's worked out real well for us. Another thing that we feel like is a very big safety feature is the front windshield is one piece. You don't have that blinder or that partition in the middle. It's one piece. Your driver has free clearance all the way across. So we feel like that's very important. And then another feature that we love is the front compartment. We like this. We requested about a 200 feet of hose for a front pre-connect, and we could probably get 300 foot in here. It's on a swivel, so we can mount it and lay our hose in there either way. But another attack line that we can use real quick, and it's in a perfect spot here on the front of the bumper. And then Pierce was the first one that I saw that started doing this almost like a line X on the bumper. We used to use the nice chrome bumpers, and they're all pretty, but we wanted our incident commanders to be able to see what rig was coming down the street. So we worked with graphics and got the lettering on there, and then the line X on the edge here really helps protect it and makes it look a sharp, finished, cleaned up, finished look. So I realize mirrors are very important for our firefighter apparatus drivers, and everyone has their personal preference. We have some what we call the bus mirrors or the metro mirrors, but most of our guys like this, and as we looked throughout the manufacturing, most of the trucks we saw had these type of mirrors on it. So we opted to go with those mirrors. It's very clean. They don't stick out and protrude over the rig, and our drivers like these mirrors. They are electrically controlled from the inside, which makes it very handy if they're driving or before they start the rig to operate. Those are about the main features that we have here, and you know, just proud to be operating with Pierce, and they've been very good to us and worked with us in every detail and every way, and that about wraps it up.